Today's topic is going to be frustration, and frustration is kind of like low grade anger, right? It's that restless, boiling under the surface feeling that something isn't working the way you want it to. That's the only information it gives you. It's the sighs, it's the eye rolls, it's the, oh, why isn't this happening yet? Why is this my situation right now? It's not the explosive fire that anger gives you, but it's that slow drip of irritation that over time can actually weigh you down even more than rage if you don't deal with it, right? So here's the thing about frustration: it is always feedback for you, always. Frustration is the gap between your current reality and your desired reality, and it shows you where you're stuck, where your effort doesn't match your outcome, and where your expectations are colliding with your reality. And that gap can either defeat you or it can refine you. So you need to choose which one of the both it's gonna be. The danger with frustration is that most people don't take it seriously at all. They brush it off, they think it's just annoyance, right? You're just being annoyed. It's not that big of a deal. But when you ignore frustration, it can stack up. It actually does stack up. It accumulates in your body and in your mind, and you start snapping at people for little things. You start doubting yourself. You lose patience with your goals. And suddenly, you're no longer just frustrated. You're actually bitter. You're actually hopeless. And you're actually checked out. So let's break this down. The truth about frustration and how deep it actually is. It's not proof that you're failing, it's proof that you actually care about something. Obviously, it's proof that you have a vision for more, and it's proof that something actually needs to shift, either your strategy, your perspective, your patience, or your entire identity. And frustration in this case is not the enemy like you think it is. It simply is the messenger that actually says something here needs recalibration, something here needs to change. So, how do you alchemize that emotion? The first one is, again, you name it, you don't shame it. So, the first step is to admit, I am actually frustrated right now. Most people skip this and suppress it because, again, they don't think it's that deep. They pretend that they are fine, but their body knows that they are not, right? Frustration stored in the body feels like tension. Wherever you feel tension, in the jaw, in your fists, clenching your toes, all of the things. Tightness in your chest, a racing heart, restlessness in your hands, right? You know the feeling when you're spiraling. You, for everybody is different, but at the same time there's symptoms that are kind of the same. You need to say it out loud. I am frustrated, and that's okay. Naming it simply gives you back control. It's not the main step. It's just the first tiny hop into alchemizing it. Okay? You're just naming it. You're just making it real for yourself. So the second step is you need to identify the gap. You need to actually ask yourself, what exactly am I frustrated about? Is it the lack of progress toward a goal? Is it feeling unheard in a dynamic, in a relationship? Is it repeating a same cycle? Is it because something didn't work out again? Frustration is never vague. There's always a specific unmet need hiding under it. You just need to find it. Okay? Which brings me to my third step, which is you need to decide what you can control. Because frustration usually arises when you're trying to control things outside of your power, like we always do. Get radically honest. What is in my control right now? What can I actually shift, change, or improve on? And what can't I? If it's outside of your control, the work is simply surrender. If it's inside your control, the work is taking action. Okay? The fourth step you then need to take is to move that energy. Frustration is stagnant energy in your body. Like I said, it festers, it stays stuck. It's like traffic in your nervous system, basically. So you need to move your body. You need to shake it. You need to walk. You need to exercise, do breath work, journal it out, something. You need to get it moving, right? You need to get it flowing again. Get the stuck energy flowing again. Only then will clarity come to you. Only then will you be more calm, more balanced, more clear in your thoughts. Okay? Which makes the fifth step easier because you need to reframe it as refinement. So instead of seeing frustration as a block, you see it as guidance. And that can only happen when your thoughts have cleared. Frustration is showing you where you're being sharpened, right? Where you're still needing work, where patience is being built, where creativity is still being demanded, where you still need to step outside of yourself and put effort in. And this is where you grow. What you need to really take in is that frustration doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean that you have to give up. It doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. It just means something in your approach to your expectation or your energy needs to be recalibrated. That's it. That's all it means. But if you let frustration stick around, it will calcify into this resentment. And resentment is so deadly because it literally kills your hope. And once you start believing it's never going to change, you have already lost the game, right? You have already sabotaged yourself. You have already abandoned yourself. So instead, you need to let frustration be your coach. Let it be the thing that actually teaches you, that redirects you, that shows you patience and persistence. And when you can sit with frustration without collapsing into victimhood, with just being okay with it, you discover something very powerful, which is that frustration is the birthplace of innovation. Think about it. Every breakthrough in history came because someone got frustrated with the way things were or they were. They got sick of the limits, of the old systems, of the old beliefs, the outdated ways, the old identity. And that frustration became the fuel for change. So when you feel frustration bubbling in your own life, pause and simply ask yourself, what is this showing me about my standards? What is this revealing where I have been tolerating too little? What is this asking me to shift, to upgrade, to better, to change, to surrender? Frustration doesn't have to break you. If you really listen, it can build you.